Hey, yeah, welcome, welcome. Queen, Diadems, thanks for being here. I actually started the stream before I was even, close to being ready. I start it in like some kind of final prep, and then I'm off and running. And I just kind of like hit the go button, and didn't have any of my stuff set up yet. So, not any of it. I didn't have like my water pot, my wet palette, and everything like that. It's like, ah! So I kind of blew that. But yeah, and I need to friggin' send this stuff out on the Discords. So let's do that real fast. How are you, Diadems? Hope you're doing well. I kind of losing my mind with work stuff. Just so over the top. Just my work is just crushing me. And I don't even want to say it, but I might not play D&D this weekend. Just because I'm so smashed at work. So, it's the way it is. It happens really rarely for me. I was talking to my wife, and I mentioned how I don't think I've ever. I mean, I don't remember ever canceling Sunday D&D for work just being busy. I've canceled it because I've canceled it because I'm overseas for work, but not just busy, like here and busy. So I feel, but I really don't like doing that. I feel like, my work should not. Sorry, I'm messaging some Discord people here to kind of announce that we're live. I really don't like when my work takes over my hobbies. I'm a, I don't know what you call in my field, you call me a senior person in my field. And earlier in my career, I spent far too much time working. I guess that's kind of helped me get where I got. But now, in my twilight years, and honestly, because the way the universities now treat their staff, I'm less inclined to give up much of my life for the betterment of the university. Students, certainly. But the university in general, that just rubs me the wrong way. Anyway, but that's where we're at. Get back to my mini pictures, then we make this smaller, etc. Even smaller. And now we can get to the task at hand, which is painting some goblins. But Diadems, how are you? I assume everyone can hear me. Yeah, everyone can hear me. I've shouted out the tabletop audio. Other stuff is. Oh, and let's shout out my Greyhawk campaign, which indeed may not play this Sunday because I'm freaking out for work stuff. Anyways, there we are. I'm gonna get some paintbrushes sorted. We'll paint this goblin and at least another one tonight. We'll finish this guy off tonight. We'll paint another one. We'll start painting another one. We'll drink a couple beers. And we'll call it a night. So let me get my paintbrushes sorted. That's nice. Here's a 2. This is fine. Super nice 4. Maybe I'll use a different. There's a 0. Go with that guy. 2, 0, and a 4. I guess we'll use this. No, I'm not gonna pop the guy yet. Sorry, that's a 2. A 2 is 0. I'll put this 4 on the table, and I'll get a small thing. for eyeballs and whatnot. 0 is nice. Wow, my small brushes are all shite. This is the only good one. 5-0? Yeah, okay. So I got it there. Hey, Bobicus! Glad you're alright, goddamn. The fam's good. You know, what is it? It's the end of summer here, spring, but we had some really some crazy weather the last couple days. Spring weather, really traditional spring weather. But you know, and it's good. The wife's got her job going thing. She's doing fine. The kid is ending her most recent term in school here. There's one more term that goes from kind of like end of September through to through early November. So she's doing her thing. We're actually gonna go to the States. We're gonna go to Seattle for Christmas, the three of us. Mom is sporting the airplane tickets, so we're going because it's a huge amount of money for three people to go to the U.S. from here. Like, yeah, it's 8,000 Kiwi dollars. That's about 5,000 US dollars for us all to fly there. A lot of money. But Mom's paying, so we're going. Should be fun. It'd be great to hang out at Mom's house for Christmas. How are you doing, Diadems? I think about you. How's work going? Bobicus, yeah, it's been a while. It has been a while. How you doing? Bobicus, it's been so long. You gotta remind me. Are you East Coast US? What's your story? Sorry, it's been too long for you to remember. Okay. We're gonna paint this guy. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use some mustard yellow for his boots. I don't like the way. Natural wood grain. Could use that. This stuff is crap though. West Coast, baby. West is the best, just like Jim Morrison says, and I agree because I'm from Seattle. I do now have a vortex mixer, which I'm using right now over here on my right arm. I have it on the vortex mixer, which actually my family gave me for Father's Day. Father's Day in New Zealand is different. It's a different day than US. I have no idea what day Father's Day is in the US. I barely know what it is here. And so, yeah, Father's Day was a couple weeks ago while I was actually overseas for work, and I got back and I had a vortex shaker on the coffee table waiting for me when I got home late at night from the airport. So that's cool. West Coast, baby. Diadems is in the Great White North. Hey, Diadems, are out. Tell me what you Great White Northerners think about that latest True Detective series with Jodie Foster. I forget what it's, but I watched on my airplane trips the last couple weeks where I was going to Europe, so I was on the airplane for a bajillion hours. I watched like 5 or 6 of 8 of the episodes. Do people from Alaska scoff at the new True Detective series or not? The best one still is the first one. Haven't watched it. But do people talk about it there? I think it takes... where's this supposed... oh no, it takes place in an Inuit village. If I remember correctly. Not an Inuit village. No, it takes place in probably a fake town, obviously. It takes place in some fake town that's... yeah. I forget what it's called. But I know they talk about Flagstaff. Not Flagstaff. Yeah, Flagstaff. I think. Okay. I'm painting this guy's boots. I do have some other minis right down here. But let's put that there. Hmm. 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 God, this paint's the worst. This mustard yellow paint I have. But maybe they'll make this kind of goblin boots look like crap. Which maybe they should. Because they're goblin boots after all, right? Oh my god, that looks like such crap. Now I have to paint a different color. I should throw this paint away. Natural Wood by Vallejo. It's the worst paint on the planet. I can't use that paint. I might do this tan earth. I might try to make a mustard yellow, which is what the good wife suggested I do for this. So maybe it's I make it myself by tan earth, a kind of brown, and add more yellow to it. Yellow's a really hard paint. For some reason, the pigment that makes yellow in acrylic paints is just doesn't do a good job. So I've been told. Anyways, Bobicus. Having a gamer book. I was reading. What's the gamer book? Bobicus. It's funny to know people's handles like that, but you know, I've been away for a while. I wasn't streaming for a good 3 weeks because I was overseas for work. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to do a yellow. And see if... So shaking my yellow paint over here with my shaker. No one can even hear it. Okay, now it's going to do any good or not. So out of that yellow. I'm going to do some mixing. Trying to make a yellowy brown paint. There we go. This might work. Well, you're working on your own TTRP. Cozy Witches. Fantasy make a giant polygons. Oh! Okay, so the what's the Pacific Rim, right? That movie where that's kind of that same kind of stuff, is it not? Giant robots piloted by people. That of course is to battle kaiju, if I remember correctly. Those massive monsters, right? But not terribly different from that, correct? Okay, so that I don't know that kind of genre of stuff. So yeah, I'm just yeah, I don't really know. So you please do inform me. So a mecha. What's Gungeon? Isn't that what's that called? Like people build these models, right? Which I see in the D&D store. Is that what it's called? Not Gungeon, something like that. What's it called? Gundam. Okay, Gundam, that's it. So that's mecha anime, right? And that's defined by, correct me if I'm wrong, dudes who pilot these massive machines, right? That's how one would define that genre of anime. This is going to take a couple different coats just for these friggin' boots. Because this paint is really crap that I've mixed up. That's all right. Rome wasn't built in a day, even though I was just there. I did not build it in a day. So diadems, if I'm in Washington State over Christmas, I might be able to get 3 weeks. I'll probably bring a mini paint set to do some paint streams, but maybe we could do some D&D streams. You know what I mean? Some virtual D&D games. I'd be in your time zone. Gosh, I could even get some of my mates from my hometown to play. The basic premise. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let this guy dry for a second. I should go get my hair dryer so I can dry things. But hey, Grey League. It's Virtualista. Exactly. What do you think about that? While I'm in the Seattle area over Christmas, which is what we're going to do, I could do some virtual D&D games. Grey League, you'll be in different places, but maybe you could play too. So Grey League, we got Bobicus, who's a U.S. West Coaster, who's been on the channel before, and Diadems, who's our greatest supporter. I'm painting minis as I do normally on Wednesday night, but you know what, Diadems? I'm so stressed on work stuff. I'm probably not going to play D&D this Sunday. I just don't have time to prep and play. You know, prep for me is a couple hours, so I enjoy it. Minimally 3 to 4 hours. He's world famous. Sunday's kind of all day, so I'm probably going to not play Sunday. I might, however, take a couple hours Sunday to stream some Baldur's Gate, which is always fun to watch me get angry at the video game. The premise of Mecha Fantasy is there's a cursed land where a dead god's corpse is ethereally poisoned a huge territory and causing giant golems to rise out of the rock and clay. That is the premise of the whole kind of anime subgenre. That's interesting. I didn't know that had a premise like that. So I'm painting these boots a mustard brown color that I made up. I'm just going to take a million coats. I don't know why. Why is... I do know that yellow is notoriously a poor pigment for painting. Must be the chemicals that make up yellow. But I kind of want to know more than that. Why is it? It just doesn't adhere well. It doesn't apply well. It's just crap. God, it is crap. This guy needed some different boots. The boot color I had chosen was poor because it didn't make the boots didn't. They were the same color as everything else. Everything blended in. So I realized that sometimes people wear clothing that's similar, like all black. But for a mini, that kind of stuff doesn't work. So see, I'm making his boots a yellow. Yeah, mustard yellow. So to clean Lummy is Yeti's. I know the name Yeti. That's a good mic brand. Yeah, I steal lots of stuff from university. Lots of equipment. Lots. Good. I know I've heard of Yeti. Okay. But I still think, right, would you say that the setup I've got performs the way I need it to perform for what I do? I don't think I really need to invest $200 in a new mic. Or, Lord Gasumba, Jay Scott, on his channel, he's got these new cameras. He's had them for like maybe half a year now or so. They're these awesome cameras that like zoom in and spin around, and oh my god, they're cool. I asked him how much they cost. They cost like 600 US a pop. So we're looking at $1,000 for a friggin' camera. I'm not gonna do that. Nor do I think I really need to, right? For what I do. Yeah, watch Tom Greg, watch his streams. They are he manipulates them, of course, through some kind of application on his computer, but they spin around and zoom in and out. I think not in a mechanical way. So he's not manipulating. Yeah, exactly. He has started earning with his Twitch. I actually computed that one day. I've not computed it, but I was thinking, okay, it's kind of maybe the rough equivalent is maybe you have maybe 10% of your followers are subscribers. It's kind of what it is for me, roughly. So if Lord Gasumba has 10,000 followers, maybe he has 100 subscribers. I'm one. Maybe he's got more than that. Let's just say it's 100 subscribers. So just based on subscriber revenue, he's getting good stock. Maybe he's getting $500 a month in just subscribers. But then every stream he pulls in all kinds of bits and sub trains and whatnot. So I would guess, maybe conservatively speaking, Lord Gasumba's pulling in $800 a month just by his stream. Maybe it's double that, you know? So it is peanuts compared to stock investments. I know. Yeah. I mean, I always, in my work, I always like to set reasonable parameters for stuff. So I always tell people to estimate. People say, I have no idea what the answer is. For example, for some kind of quantitative answer, I said, okay, no. You know roughly what the answer is. Let's estimate some reasonable parameters, right? So that's what I'm doing with Lord Gasumba. I think he's, 10% follower subscribers, X amount of money, blah, blah. It's reasonable to suggest he's making $800 a month. Maybe it's not less than half that. It's not $400 a month. And it's not 5 times that, right? So I'm guessing he's making somewhere in the $800 to $1,500 a month through streaming, right? I think it's a reasonable parameter estimate. All right, enough stats. I'm going to go get a beer. I'll be right back. I promise. Right, I'm back. Okay, got a beer. Let this dry a bit. Do another coat of this mustardy yellow paint I've created. Good lord. So rubbish, the paint. I should buy a mustardy yellow paint. See if I can buy a better one. Then I can blend. I don't know if you can. So they keep saying yellow is such a difficult color to make. What I should have done is I should have painted these boots white. Because everyone says that, when you're painting with yellow, you should base coat it in white. It's an easier way to paint yellow. I have not done so, but one more coat of these boots after this one, and that'll do it for me. It's good. Let them sit there. Just a moment. I'll let them sit there for a moment while I pour my beer. We can all stare at the mini. But thanks for being here, folks. Those of you who are here, we got Bobicus and Diadems and Grey League. Let's see if the Grey League has come up yet in my auto. He will come up soon. I'll put some up there. I will shout out Greycast, which is a podcast dedicated to the world of Greyhawk fantasy setting. That's the fantasy setting that I play in, the fantasy setting that the Grey League plays in, and also contributes much content to. I'll talk about that in a second. But if you want a cool Greyhawk podcast to learn information about regions and deities and adventures, contributors, creators, streamers, etc., go to that podcast. You're over there. Okay. Let's do one more coat on these boots. We'll move on, and we'll finish this guy shortly. And we will. Here's a series of goblins that I got. I bought from some guy. Bought some guy on the internet. I've done this guy. Wow, not coming in. Jebli progress indeed. Hey, Trish Talker. So Trish Talker, Jebli is the Flan word for goblin. So in the Greyhawk world, when you say Jebli, that's what you mean. Just like the word Olv or Olve is the Flan word for elf, and Duer, D-U-W-R, is the Flan word for dwarf. So when people talk about Olve, Duer, and Jebli, if they're using those terms, you know they're in the world of Greyhawk, and they know what they're talking about. So I got that guy finished, this guy in process, and this guy on the stand, which we'll finish off shortly. Jebli progress. Thanks, Trish Talker. Okay, put you away. Yeah, if you like Trish Talker, if you like the lore of Greyhawk, there's all kinds of resources. As I mentioned that kind of stuff. I got tons of books right about this stuff. But there's a community of there's the D&D players of the world, right? Which are a great, vibrant community, knowledgeable. There's the people who are kind of lore masters and DMs mostly of different campaign settings like Greyhawk, like the Forgotten Realms, like Dark Sun, like Ravenloft, like Dragonlance, etc. Those are all campaign worlds. Greyhawk is the original one, and there is a really... I know I've told you this before, so I'm not saying anything new. The Greyhawk lore master community is incredibly supportive and knowledgeable. And on the various discords, I was about to say I'm kind of an adjacent bystander, talk about it constantly. Just like Grey League, yesterday, he on a particular Discord, he asked a question about actually in the Sheldamar Valley where we play. He asked a particular question about some historical kind of background of the city, and he got a response from some typical characters who just know so much stuff and themselves produce so much content about the history of a particular city, that an area that Grey League was talking about. So that includes where we play. Where we play, Bissell, and the Barrier Peaks where we are right now. There's so much written about that, and kind of try to drop lore. Well, actually, Trish Talker, much of the kind of information you guys find out about the lore that I drop, that you encounter in the adventure, almost all of that is like established lore. Like I'm kind of making stuff up, but I'm making it up all based on what has come before. Oh, excuse me. And I just really love that kind of community creative aspect of Greyhawk. Okay. This guy's boots look better now. I'm gonna dry brush. I'm gonna wash them in some brown in a second and do some highlights and whatnot. But for right now, they're good. They're not the best, but they're okay. And then I might... His shield is not... I'm gonna work on his shield a bit. The world is gigantic. Greyhawk, the map behind me there, which you only see a portion of, is gigantic. You guys take a week to travel across half of Bissell. That's 1/100th of the east-west width of that continent. One continent of several on the planet. I mean, it's actually kind of thinking about it. I think it's kind of it's reasonable that the world is so vast and the players know so little about it. Which, if you kind of think about, most D&Ds kind of pattern off medieval knights and that kind of stuff. Yeah, your ants. And think about your typical, not typical, think about if there was such a thing, an adventurer in the Middle Ages in Europe, right? Some swashbuckler, whatever. That person would have zero knowledge of anything outside of modern day northern France, right? The rest of the world is an unknown. And that's kind of the way Greyhawk is. Massive place. And because there's lore for all this stuff, and so if you guys want to go somewhere, we can go somewhere, and then we can figure it out. But we are ants. We're ants in the world there. And it's forever. You could do this forever. Okay, sorry. Look at this guy. I'm just trying to get some... His shield is not pleasing me. It's much too... I think I do have to take some browns, mix some browns and whites in that. That latest chat, as it says there, and said Wednesday nights are for mini painting. I'm going to use my vortex shaker over here. So those of you who don't know what a vortex shaker is, here's one I got for Father's Day. It's this little thing. It's used to shake up like tattoo inks and nail polish. You put it in here. It's a kind of something you might have in a lab too. It's a little circular vibrator thing. What do you call it? Oscillator. Yeah, for mixing paint. I got that for Father's Day. He was waiting for me on the coffee table when I came home from Europe 10 days ago or so. Mix up my little paint. Get some white down there. And some of this. What I use? I use brass. Rough iron. I used for the shield. I'm going to light it up a bit. And do some edge work on that shield. Gotta work on a spear, finish the boots. And we'll move on to the next Goblin Mini. Okay, get all those paints over there. Here are ants. Even with social media, we're ants in this world too. You know? Okay. Oh, mine looks too. Jeez. So I'm trying to kind of trying to do this shield a bit better. I'm gonna rough the shield up a bit. I don't know. Try to make a little bit. Let's add some different colors to it. Maybe, you know, a bit more white to some of these parts. Just a little bit like that. I make it look a little more beat up. I don't know if that's coming across or not, but not so close up. Maybe it looks a little more beat up. A bit farther away. I'm not happy with this guy's face. His face looks good. The shield might need some work, but I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie painter. Been doing this for 5 years, but newbie painter. I'm gonna wait for those boots to dry a bit more before I do some washing and highlighting, but I am gonna highlight the rest of him a bit more. I'm gonna take some of the colors I've used on him and lighten them up on my palette. And his helmet's a bit too mono color, but whatever. And yeah, that orange on him. Yeah. So I'm gonna lighten up his like smock. Pretty much everything on there actually. And the boots. And then we'll do his spear thing. Then we'll move on to the other guy. Any folks out there want to interact on the Discord? You know, maybe send some of their own mini pictures, or I could put some of the pictures that Trishcord has taken of our games and put them up there for people to view. I could do that. Okay, I'm gonna get some of this paint on the palette so I can then lighten it up. This contrast stuff takes a lot of paint on the palette. There's that. Indeed, showcase the dramatic scenes. Give me a second, I will do so. Trish Talker, how do you spend your evenings? Are you like working on PhD stuff and doing readings, or are you just hanging out with the family, watching TV? There's those two things. Let me put up one of Trish Talker's shots from our last session on Sunday. Go gym one day after class. I hang out with the fam. Also might work with. Okay, yeah, same with me. I go to the gym in the morning. 'Cause it's the only time I cannot go to the gym in the afternoon, evening, because it's just like there's no way I can do that. Show some dramatic scenes here from Sunday's game really quickly. Download some of the stuff. Image as, yeah. Bam. Okay, let's save that. Got it. I'll do 2 images here that Trish Talker took of Sunday's game. Some of her getting pounded. Not pounded. This one here. Okay. And I will have the session report out for this in probably tomorrow. But let me do this image. Let me put an image up here that Trish Talker has given us. A couple download again today. Here's one. Here's a cool dramatic scene. Let me yeah. There's a dramatic fight scene from Sunday as they enter into the Fomorian lair. You can see Trish Talker's character Ravine there, in between 2 Fomorians, and both Fandel Penlock, the gnome, and Mitsurugi, the elf archer, are there ready to do battle. It's one of them. And the other, I think this is just Ravine about to get smashed. Ravine attacking with the right up there in the Fomorian's grills, and yeah, about to get a good battle scar. So those are 2 images from this weekend's game. Okay, back to mini painting. Let me put some brown wash in this guy's boots. That means I've got to get out my Agrax Earthshade. There it is. That's good. This guy's boots are now better painted. They've got a better kind of color to them, a wash on them. Now I'm going to work on that spear while that wash dries, and I can highlight it and do some other stuff. That's what we got going on right now. There he is. His boots. You can't see, but there's a better shot. His boots are better now. His shield's a bit better. Yeah, my hand-fisted attempt. Now we'll do his spear, okay? Spear is wooden. It's wrapped in something. There's some claw things on there. First I'll do the wood, which I'm gonna do in what I usually use. This I got here. This tan earth, I think. Tan earth is I like because it's tan earth is really good. This paint from again Vallejo tan earth. I use this for wood often because I can then wash it in Agrax Earthshade, and the wood grain really pops out. Easy way to do it. I'm sure there's better ways to make it look more realistic, but for me, tan earth and Agrax are the poor man's way to make wood grain. So I'll do that. Start at the back. A Munsell color. That's actually, yeah. I think you can probably buy paints based on Munsell color. I bet you could. I bet they have that. Because there's different color schemes, right? There's CMYK. There's a company called Pantone, which makes paints, color chips rather. So I bet you can buy Pantone colors. I bet you can buy Munsell colors, frankly. So Trish Talker, what do you think about D&D? Do you think that, are you a lifelong player now, or no? Totally, it doesn't matter if you are or not. I'm just curious. I was just thinking, like, do you think you might, like, do you move somewhere for a job, search out a local D&D group, or is this just easy and fun for the moment because you're here, which is totally fun. I'm just thought of that, so curious. And do you want to? Do you like it? Yeah. So maybe if you move away from Auckland, maybe for a job somewhere, you might kind of search out a group. I still remember when you may or may not know, but my man I grew up with, my father, he passed away, but my biological father still is alive, and I visit him. And years ago, when I was like a teenager, playing D&D a lot, I was visiting my father in Oregon, Salem. That's when I went to Silver Falls Campground. And I looked up a local D&D group. It's just like, seriously, 1987, and I'm in a town I don't know. I went to the local game store and saw an advert for a D&D group, and I was like, yeah. And so I went one night. I think I could probably drive. And so I took my dad's car, went to this local game shop in a town I'm not from. I know nobody. And I went to just play D&D with these guys. And it was fun. And it's also kind of nerve-wracking just to, as a 17-year-old kid or something like that, or 16-year-old kid, just to rock up to some games, in this case, like a game store like Vagabond. And it's like, it's kind of hard to do as a 16-year-old. You're 16, 17, there's lots, of course, Trying to figure out who you are. You're nervous. You're not confident, etc. But I remember, and I was like there with like old dudes, you know. It's me, 17 or 16-year-old, and a bunch of middle-aged dudes, like I am now. And yeah. So I'm wondering, would you do that if you could move to a new city? Would you like just seek out a D&D game? Kind of hard, but it can be rewarding. It could also be, I mean, obviously it can be also kind of a failure. My experience has been a failure, but I have had, you may not know this, but I have DM'd for online conventions where I didn't know the players at all, and they just signed up to play in my online game, and they were total freakazoids. They're total lunatics, off the charts, problematic. And it was, yeah, it happened to me once. It was very difficult. I actually had to like pause the game, like kick them out of it, like online, like remove them from the procedures and then re-enter the game. It was hugely difficult. Diadems? No, they were just not murder hobos. They were this is my first, I did virtual GaryCon for Jay Scott's Greyhawk series. And they were the worst kind you can imagine. Like, they come online and the first thing they say is, we don't like the characters you've given us. Can we play these guys instead? And I'm like, that was the first convention I've ever DM'd at. And I was just like, I guess, but you know, and so I was really thrown. And so I was like, I guess I kind of, I can't remember exactly. I kind of let them and I backtracked. I was like, no, we really should just use the characters we got. And they wanted to like change the rule. So like it was me and 3 other individuals. And then these 2 guys who were just complaining and wanted to have new characters and a different rule set. And, you know, yeah, super unfortunate. And what I did is I said, I kind of spoke to the other people on offline, I mean, not as a group, and said, hey, these guys are stressing me out hugely. This is supposed to be a fun thing where I provide a fun experience for all of us, and these guys are fucking it up. And I'm going to kick them out of the game, and then we're just going to play ourselves. And I did that. And they were the 2 guys I kicked out were so pissed off, and they went and complained to the convention organizer, who is also a friend of mine, and said, oh God, I know these guys, they're bad news. Anyways, so it was the worst, you know. And I remember one of the players, one of the guys who stayed in my game after I kicked these guys out because they were so problematic, he was like, dude, I had to go take some cannabis gummies to calm down. It was just, yeah, it was really, it was like the worst experience for a first-time convention DM. But that's behind me, so I've lived through that. You know, it's so amazing when you're like trying to provide this experience for people, you know, of giving all of your time and effort to make a fun thing for a group of strangers, and some of those strangers just, you know, shit all over it and want to change everything and don't recognize your effort and just don't play nice. And it was just like, oh my God, it was just, yeah, but that's behind me. And so now I know better how to deal with it. I've DM'd at conventions, online conventions, and real conventions. I know how to deal with that better. I was just thrown. I was totally thrown. I couldn't imagine someone acting that way. So now at this point in my life, I'll just be like instantly, no, that's not how it works. You don't like it, leave. You want to leave? I'll boot you within 10 seconds. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm open. Yeah, I think it's open to bit. Maybe we'll see if anyone in my new exploit. Jeez. Yeah, it was difficult. So I'm actually in 3 weeks' time DMing for Virtual Greyhawk Con, an online game, and 5 players, open signups. 2 of the players I know them personally. One is a guy from Wisconsin that I hang out with on his channel. I met him at GaryCon. We played together. He's awesome. The other guy is a guy I've also played with virtually online. He's awesome. And then I got 3 unknowns. So hopefully it'll all work out. I'm sure it will. Okay. I'm going to use Blue Knight Steel. No, Gunmetal Blue for the blade on this. It's a strange thing. Although I do really enjoy the the convention. So when I was at GaryCon DMing, I did a DM session at GaryCon. I DM'd a game, open signups. I had 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 5 players. I had a father and son, another guy, and 2 other women. So no one knew each other except the father and son. Everyone was great. They were all great. Even the father and son. At some point, I think, one of the women who came, she didn't choose her. There was a character choice problem, and I let her kind of like choose a character that she seemed very needy. So I let her choose a character that maybe it wasn't her turn to choose, but she chose one. The father and son. The father, who was kind of my age-ish, he was kind of like, what? That's not very fair. But he kind of like me, he kind of instantly, I think, understood that, oh wait, this person seems kind of needy. And so let's just let it ride. For the good of the group, let's just let it. And he was that kind of person too. He was like, I could see, he's like, we kind of, our eyes locked, and he was like, yeah, this is kind of fucked up, but I'm just going to go with it to make everything easy. And I was like, thank you. Yeah. So even at those conventions was kind of an issue. This one particular person, she had a, 5 people. So imagine Trish Talker, 5 people to get together to play D&D who've never met in their life. And they're getting together to play D&D. Bam. For 4. And so there's some kind of like dynamics. You got to be a good person. You got to be like, it's easier if everyone is just a nice, understanding person. Yeah. But it was all awesome in the end. But God, this person, she had what do you call it when you have an animal who makes you calm, a service animal of a kind? She had a service animal, and service animals were allowed in this convention hall. Her service animal was a Saint Bernard as big as a goddamn house. He was huge. He was calm. He was like the size of 2 Konas, my dog. And so he brought him in, and he sat behind me at the table. He was gigantic. It was insanity. Let me quickly. I can pull up some pictures from that game. And I'll put them online. Oh, I should have them here. Come on, where are they? Oh. Sorry, let me find them out fast. Oh, come on. Oh, I thought I had them. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here's one. We had D&D Hound, indeed. So here is, I'll save this image and I'll show it online. So here is my shoot. So where is that? Is it in? If that, yeah, right there. Okay. Oh, is that it? Sorry. God damn it. Ugh. No. Ugh, I can't find this image now. Never mind. But let me. Shoot. Where's that image? I'm just screwing around. I should be painting this mini, but I'm just screwing around. Oh my god. Never mind. I can't find the image. It's pissing me off, so I'm not gonna deal with it. But yeah. Conventions are fun, but they can be stressful. Okay, let's finish this guy's spear. I'm really shocked I can't put this image up there. There it is on my desktop. So it's a JPEG. Let me try this one last time. Let me try to find it on my desktop. No. All files. There it is. There it is. And is it going to show it? See? There it is. So, there is a picture, a selfie I took of myself at my D&D game. So this is a convention in Wisconsin, GaryCon, and you can see, and behind me there's my DM screen, and you can see I have a castle up there for the game, and the players there around us. There's the guy in the baseball hat, and then his son next to him. They were great, and the other guy. These are all just randos, people I don't even know, right? The woman next to him, and then you can't see off screen, was the woman who had the service dog, and it was kind of problematic. But yeah, there's the 5 of us sitting down at a table for 4 hours playing D&D, never having met, and you just go. And you can see in the background there's people doing the same thing at a bunch of other tables. And it's that for 8 hours a day for 4 days in a row. Not even 8 hours a day. For like 16 hours a day. I played in one game that started at 10 p.m. A scheduled game from 10. It was 8 to midnight. It's actually one of the best D&D games I've ever played in my life. So that's D&D conventions. It's awesome. You're right. Because I was talking to someone about it. I can't remember if I was talking to you guys about it, you players or not, but in general, the people at these conventions are super nice because they are people who love D&D, and to love D&D and to play it a lot and to play it well, you need to be a team player, a people person, right? It's about sitting around a table with people and engaging in collective storytelling. So to do that, you got to have some social skills, and you got to enjoy. You're not super competitive, you enjoy what you do. And so for this convention, it's people who are willing to pay thousands of dollars to go spend a long weekend doing this. So they're committed to that. That's my view. They're committed to that kind of worldview, approach to game playing. And so really, all nice people who just want to play D&D. So you get this just like super camaraderie and fun times for the Wednesday through Sunday you're there. Yeah, it was awesome. And I'm doing it again in 26. I'm not going in 25, but I'm going in 26. It's just too expensive for coming from New Zealand, for God's sakes. It's a huge amount of money. Obscene. Okay, doing this guy's blade. I've already talked so much tonight. We'll barely finish this guy. That's okay, though. So, Trish Talker, you think we should get Holly into it? Any recruits? Black around that, yeah. Has she kind of mentioned it? I can't remember if she's kind of mentioned it or not. I can't remember if she said anything about it, honestly. Okay, I'm going to paint those things a kind of weird whiteness. Weird white. That's what these little things are going to be, kind of like, I don't know, horns, teeth of some kind on this weapon. Fuck, we should get the university administration to play D&D to kind of teach them proper etiquette about playing nicely with others. That'd be a good thing. Because as you probably know, like, there's lots of recent kind of press about D&D being used to help people with, you know, social anxiety disorder, other kinds of autism spectrum issues. You know, play a game which requires teamwork to achieve success and communication, and just allows you to practice those things in hopefully a friendly, forgiving, non-judgmental setting if you've got a good DM like me, who's only occasionally judgmental. Tries not to be too judgmental, at least in public. Privately, hugely judgmental. Shit. Exactly as I was thinking. Have the VC playing my game. I'd fucking TPK her ass. So fast. She'd be slain. Slain so quickly. It'd be funny. Okay, I gotta let this dry for a second before I paint it. So, Yeah, good enough. Come back! Hey, yo, come back. Are you like doing mock exams? Haven't seen you for a while. Been busy, my young man? Actually, come back. I've also been away overseas the last couple weeks, so fair enough. It's my fault too. Yeah, still am. Okay, still okay. So yeah, I won't tell anybody. No, I'm so hyper busy too. Just freaking out. Busy with work stuff, which means university teaching and research. Yeah. I want to tell you. I want to say. I want to out you again. I want to dox you. Come back to Trish Talker. So Trish Talker, come back as a high school student in Christchurch. Yeah, I'm just doxing you, just like that. You know, whatever. But see, comeback gives us the young person's view of the world, which, I appreciate that. And Trish Talker is kind of between you, comeback, and me in terms of career and age. So Trish Talker gives us another viewpoint. He's the voice of the people, indeed. Vox Populi. I won't dox Grey League, though. Well, I do occasionally, and inadvertently. This guy here. The millennial middleman. So, Trish Talker, you're a millennial, right? Is that... Yeah, the 17,000th time. Trish, you and Mana are millennials, I believe, right? I'm a Gen Xer. So is Grey League. My daughter is a Gen Z? I don't know, fuck whatever it is. You love your avocado, your smashed avocados on toast, and your flat whites, and having no money to buy a house. Fair enough. Yeah, we got so lucky buying house stuff. Just dumb luck of buying and selling at the right time. No planning at all. Unlike Grey League, who's a planner, is a monetary planner. We were not. Let's do this guy's boot heel, so I need to get under here. Jen eliminated. Ha! Oh, that's the wrong stuff. So, okay, come back. You're the same generation as my daughter. Isn't she Gen Z? She's 17. That makes her Gen Z. I don't even know what that means, frankly, anymore. I don't know what the Gen Z vibe is. Okay, now I'm going to use some black paint. Yeah. Yeah, what do high school students think about? I could ask some of my daughter's friends have kind of played D&D, but not really. Like, they kind of like, well, I guess they don't have anybody to play with. Well, that's not true. I don't know. I played D&D in high school and junior high school. Like, I started playing D&D in about 1981 when I was 11. So intermediate school in New Zealand. Same thing in the U.S., intermediate school. We're just chilling. Everyone except for me is apparently kind of bad at DMing. Well, DMing takes skill. I mean, it takes lots of planning. You gotta plan. You have to be what do I call equitable in your decision making. Honest, fair, and if I may say, I'm kind of guessing as a teenager, there's lots of things going on in your life which, I don't want to say make it difficult, but challenge your ability to plan, to be equitable, all those things, right? Is that, again, I'm not being a dick. I was a teenager once. It's a difficult time. Right? You're trying to figure stuff out about how to do these things. I distinctly remember as a teenager being like, okay, this is what it means to be an adult. You have to, not be selfish. Not just think of your own desires. Think of what other people want. Think of what's best for the group, not yourself. I just think I remember thinking about that. Not that I did it, but I remember later in life kind of thinking back to decisions I made as a teenager going, okay, I maybe should have done this. What's Comeback say? Comeback says, just of people, metagamers. Oh, they mean a TV show. Yeah, I fucking hate metagamers. Okay, that's not fun. That's funny. I want to be a TV show, but medieval, like that Netflix series about the people in Florence or whatever, medieval Florence, who escape the plague and go live in a bacchanalian lifestyle in their estate. So, oh lordy, agreed. First time chatter. Good to see you, oh lordy. I'm looking around for the room for the adult. Yeah, God, looking around. Yeah, the adult room. Yeah, far fucking out. Yeah. Doesn't happen. Well, no, that doesn't happen with me anymore. I think, well, no. What in my life, I have those individuals who are not adults. Doesn't matter who they are. Even if they're my family members, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna spend time with you because you're not an adult. I'm an adult, and I want to hang out with other adults. And your age is irrelevant here, I don't care if you're 75 years old. You're not an adult. I don't have time for you. So in my life, I've kind of not push people away, but just okay, I'm not, I'm an adult. I don't have fucking time for that kind of bullshit. So you're not a part of my life. Oh lordy, good to see you, first time chatter. We are coming at you from New Zealand, where we do a Wednesday night. This is Wednesday night, New Zealand mini painting stream. And that's what we're doing right here. So D&D minis. I'm painting some goblins tonight. And on Sundays at midday, we do our live D&D around the table, playing in our Greyhawk-based campaign with all the minis and terrain we create here. Does that mean I don't exist? No, come back. No, come back. For a, I'm guessing, 17, 18-year-old, you seem to be pretty perceptive to me, dude. Honestly. So no. But come back. In your life, you will come across adults when you're like in your 30s, 40s, 50s. Adults that are like, dude, you're acting like a 12-year-old. You know, and when you're 50, you don't got time for that. I don't. I'm just like, goodbye. You're not my life anymore. You know, if you can act like an adult, I don't have time for you. So come back. That's what I mean. You already act like, just by dint of your statements here on this stream, you act like more of an adult than many adult age people I know. Not many. Maybe I exaggerate some. You'll see. You'll learn. I mean, I mean, you'll find that. What I mean is that you'll find that in your own life. Like at some point, you realize that maturity and age are not very well correlated. You're just like, dude, for fuck's sake. It's kind of a strange and unfortunate thing. So I saw, what'd you say? Oh lordy, my group, definitely watched the game. I missed playing. Oh, it's just too bad. My group moved around during COVID now. Yeah, lots of, we played online during COVID for certain. Yeah, I did that too. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I thought, wow, idiot's a fine word. It's short for you. Yeah, fuck. People that never left high school drama is shocking. It is shocking. Do you like your patience for ignorance strengthen the more you get? Well, I'm a university professor, so I do deal with a degree of young people, 17 to 22, who are still trying to figure out life, which is fine. I deal with adults at university who don't act like adults. I have family members who don't, like we all do, who don't act like adults. So all the above, I guess. I don't know. I kind of want to point out that I grew up in a very stable, loving household, and therefore kind of privileged in that regard. So, you know, all those things happen. Hey! Oh, lordy. I'm an archaeologist. I'm an associate professor at the University of Auckland. I'm an American, but I've lived in New Zealand for years. Before that, I lived in England. I taught at UCL before the University of Auckland, and before that, holy shit, you are not, oh lordy. Do I know you? What's your real name? University of Florida? Now I've got to see this. Who's there right now? So in the university system, my colleague Gordon Rikita is maybe at Florida State. I don't know. My colleague Mark McCoy just moved to Florida from Southern Methodist SMU. I taught at UCL and University of Scotland, London, and now I'm at University of Auckland. I've been here for 12 years, 13 years. Where do you? I work in tropical Polynesia. I work in Samoa, Fiji, etc. That's insane. Let me go to the bathroom, and then I'll come back, and we'll talk more about this because now I'm super curious. Okay, I'll be back in just a second. So yeah, fascinating. Guys, well, it's gonna attack. Exactly. What'd you roll? What'd you roll? Yeah. Anyways, come back. And oh lordy, if you so, Jesus, I'm trying to type my fucking name. This is me in the real world. If you Google Scholar Me, you'll see kind of all my research and stuff. I work in tropical Polynesia, but also like South America and PNG on Southeast Asia. So that's me. Trish Talker, roll with advantage. Come on. Trish Talker is also an archaeologist, as are other occasional viewers on this channel. This is an archaeology / D&D channel. Everywhere. Well, you'll get there, come back. So it's just a 16 with advantage. I'll get some dice out and see if I can beat you guys. See if I can beat a 16. Here's 2d20s I got right there. Let's see what I get. Ha! Check that out. I beat you even at disadvantage. Come back. I got a 17. Oh, sorry, can't you see that? I got a 17 and an 18 on my 2d20s. It's an 18. Yeah, exactly. Suck on that. Okay. Last couple things on this spear. That's my best roll. I won't repeat that because I'll fail miserably. So I need a darker brown. This flat brown's fine. For the wraps on his thing there. So Oldie says, yeah, I already am. Your surprise attack round. Okay. Did you roll stealth? I don't think you did. Mm-hmm. Go again. Go for it. Tell me what you got. But no advantage this time. Straight roll. Well, I can hear you. Okay. I'll roll. Another 18. Beat that. Eight. Just an 8. Okay, all these friggin' straps. Ha! I got a 15. I'm still winning. With my... I've rolled... So in 3d20 rolls, I rolled a 17 and 2 18s. That's pretty goddamn good. I should save those rolls for this weekend. Okay, now I gotta take this guy off the stand. Do these rest of these straps on his thing here. His thing straps, as they're called officially. Hard to get to this stuff in here. Okay. start to paint that. Wait, so you guys can start throwing around archaeology buzzwords. We can throw in archaeology buzzwords like stratigraphy and optimal foraging theory and what else? And ecofact. We can. We can do that. We can speak in a secret language. Like Klingon. Taphonomy. Provenance. Yes, provenance. Or provenience. Superposition. That's close comeback, and I'll give you that because I know they do not teach archaeology in the New Zealand secondary school curriculum, so that's pretty good. Monso color charts. That's right. When you're colorblind, let me tell you, I almost failed that class. Gosh. We could change this to I could put up academic publications on the image screen and we could all look at each other's archaeology publications. Okay, just a bit of almost, we're getting there. I'm getting with this guy. Sorry guys, I'm taking a long time with this. I'm going to now put some agrax on the spear. However, if you want to look at the archaeology stuff, I mean the Greyhawk D&D stuff I do, it's coming along. It's getting there. We'll finish in a bit. I'll finish this guy shortly, and then I'll move on to my other mini. Almost done. Almost done. I mean, for me, it takes so long for me to do this stuff. But eventually, you get like a collection of 20 goblins, and they all look super cool. And, you put them on the table, and people are impressed. Everyone feels good about themselves. It's a good thing. It does take a long time, but we got time. We got time. We got time. There's a spear. Come along. Oh Lord, they take me a long time. I'm really slow. I've got like 15 goblins that are primed and ready to go. But here's this guy. I'm kind of thinking about it. So this guy's got green. He's got green skin. He's got kind of an orangey kind of smock thing there, right? The previous guy, he's also got green skin. See, his kind of, he's got this rough iron thing hanging off him. He's got a little orange bracelet there on that hand. So I'm kind of thinking about, you know, this guy's got the same kind of rough iron on his shield. He's got some orange on him. So to that degree a little bit, I'm thinking about making them all kind of, you know, so they kind of go together. Yeah, thanks for that guy. This guy with the daggers, yeah, pretty cool. So I'm hoping to make them so they kind of go together, right? You know, I'm not over worrying it, but I'm also trying to use a similar set of colors, roughly. Just really roughly. I'm not worrying about it. So, you know, stand these two guys together. You know, those guys go together. Generally. I've got 15 more to go. So we're here for the long haul. Thank you for that. I have a bunch of minis back here from last weekend's game. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I try to always brace my hands, right? I'm painting this guy. Always have your hands braced on the table. So down, down. Think about drawing the brush towards you. I don't always do that, but that's the best way to do it. Draw it towards you. Lots of little tricks. Don't always adhere to them all. But they are there. The tricks are there. But I'm pretty... Thanks, man. Thanks, oh lordy. Definitely consider myself an average mini painter. I don't mean a bad way. Just like, you know, you see the guys who paint minis professionally, the Warhammer dudes, and their stuff is fucking unreal. But really, I mean, some of those guys, they're professionals. I think it is their day job, right? Not my day job. I don't mean to lessen the skill of those guys either. Okay, there's that stuff. I'm gonna do some highlighting of stuff. So the items, do you have stuff you've painted from the past? Can you show us any of that stuff? And you know, if not, totally fine. I've just never seen your painted minis, if you have any to show off. Sorry, sneezing tonight. It's spring in New Zealand. It's kind of allergy season's going off. Woof. Yeah, it's fine. It's coming on. Huh. There we go. I was able to sneeze. Got it. Okay. Okay, I need to get some white on the... I need to add some white on this guy. Yeah, dude, I would love to see that stuff. Take some pictures, please. But also, just to be clear, if people don't want to show off their stuff, that's totally fine as well, right? You know what I mean? Don't mean okay. So, Lord, no, not on hand. Sorry, I don't play in person anymore. Okay. Ooh, Frogmouth. So, oh lordy, the carousel up there in the corner of the screen of slot. That's all my, you know, I try to remember to like take pictures of my minis, my train, and I post and I put them there. So I also 3D print a lot of terrain and construct some terrain out of XPS foam and put that up there. So all those excuse me, all those images. Like that's a barn from Gamescape 3D. This is a castle from Gamescape 3D. I'm currently printing, so I also selected like lots of terrain. So that's what you see up there. Okay, so some white on this guy. Just gonna get this. Never getting it. I'm just trying to white line highlight the edges on that spear. It's kind of hard with the lighting I got here, but you can kind of see it. So I'm not like non-metallic metallic trying to paint this thing where you use blues and blacks and grays to produce a metallic sheen effect. I just painted that with gunmetal blue, and I'm now doing some kind of like just some white line highlights on it. Edge highlights, what they're called, to kind of pop the edges out. I have in the past done non-metallic metallics. I haven't taken the time to get good at it. So right now I'm just trying to get this spear done. That's all. A little more white on there. Now I'm going to hit these little toothy things he's got. Going on. I think I also said I gotta do more of his. Green skin. Jeez. This maybe not be too light. Yeah, I need more white. Trying to do some light skin touch-ups here. Make some kind of highlights on his skin. More than I already have. To make parts of him pop a bit better. Just a little bit. So I'm trying to get his arm here. I'll show some of his cheekbones a bit better. There. Right there. Yeah. So, I don't know if it'll show up very well or not. Let me show. So I was just kind of hitting his right arm there. Trying to highlight some of those muscles, pop them out a little bit. His nose, his cheekbones, his hand. Looks better if you're farther away. And I'm now going to do the same with some of this kind of smock he's got here. Is this 2 or is it, I'm using my 0? White on that stuff. So let's see how light this is. Okay, trying to hit highlights. I gotta get his brown belt a bit more too. Let me do that right now. What can I do that with? Can I get... Yeah, his brown belt there. It's really hard to get inside where he is here. It's fucking super hard. My brush is too big. Blah, complain. A little bit there. It looks pretty good. Get it over there too. Let's see. So yeah, just trying to highlight things back here, seeing his backside. Just kind of making the belt top pop out, his orange hoodie, the creases pop out. Hey, if you got old pics of minis, oh lordy, in that Discord channel, put them in the mini pictures channel, and I can put them up on stream. I mean, that's just so I can find them easily, and then we can look at them. And ooh and ah, right? Okay, now my mustard stuff. I gotta add some white to that. Let me do so. Vortex mixing paint. Okay, put them in there, great. Let me look at them. Okay, let's go there to Discord. That. Go to the mini pictures. There we are. Wow, those are awesome pics. Look at that dragon. That's incredible. Let me download that, and then I will we can check it out. Dude, that's awesome. Let me save that. There, downloads. There we go. Let me look at another one. That Terraskew. That's a mini Terraskew, isn't it? Not a dragon shot. Let's look at that mini Terraskew. That's awesome. Okay. There they are. Let's check those guys out. Not prepared. Oh, that's fucking incredible. Let's look at that black dragon. Here's Oh Lordy's black dragon. That's friggin' awesome. Those wing colors are great. Look at those wing colors. Those are sweet. That's super cool. That's a big guy. That's awesome. Look at the other one too, the Terraskew you had. Let me get that guy up there. That's pretty cool too. That's great painting, man. Great painting. Those are great. Lee's a talented individual. You're like a patron of the arts. Oh, you want to? Okay. That's pretty cool, isn't it, Trish Talker? I mean, that Terraskew's cool. This dragon is great. I mean, awesome. Oh, let me get that other. You had another dragon there too. Let me get that. I mean, the same dragon, but let me if I can, let me download that one too. So I will, there we are. And so this is the same dragon, I think, but a different view. Let's look at this different view of that dragon from the front, kind of, I believe. This one. Yeah, there we are. That's a really... Oh, it's a different dragon than the one... Okay, okay. It did... Yeah, okay, it looks... But still. Good painting, man. Good minis. Those are seriously cool. I think the best one is this guy. That's really good. Wow. I wonder, do you know if Lee uses a airbrush? They're pretty good airbrushed wing membranes. Pretty good wing membranes. Looks airbrushed to me. That's pretty awesome. The Spyro but grown up. Yeah. I do not own an airbrush, but I'm ready to get one all the time. Someday I will. Those are nice, man. Super cool. Alright. Just gotta do this guy's boots, I think. And then I'll call him done. Yeah. If I do his boots, I mean, I'll do some highlights on his boots. So things back here, for example, that's still a bit bright. So some highlights on these boots back here. Side there, the toe, that toe. This line right here, a crease in the leather. Creases in the leather. Creases in the leather here. I think I'm gonna give him a black sole too. Okay, a little more, a little lighter here. It's a little bit lighter. Here too. Nice toe. I'm gonna do a black sole for this guy. For his boots. Although no, gray. I'm gonna do a black base, so a really dark gray. Just gray. Yeah, here we are. Neutral gray. And then black for the base. Yeah. Although, maybe I'll do a light gray. So it, got some, not to break your moment here, but I found another splasher. Oh, no. It's, I'll put up, my momentum is never that strong. Honestly, that's why I take forever to paint minis. Right, let's look at that. Hey, Diadems, thanks very much, man. Thanks for being here. Diadems, our most constant supporter. Awesome friend of the channel. Hails from the Great White North. See you, Diadems. Take care out there. Seriously. Okay, ooh, that is a good one. Yeah. I'll put that guy on screen. Get us download the picture. God, yeah, sweet, man. Person knows what he's doing. There we are. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. That person know what they're doing, so it's a really great painter you got there of your ecosystem. That's cool. Okay. Let me paint this guy's boots. This is a little base of them. And then... yeah, that's super cool. Look at that. Super nice wings. God. Okay, back to me. Back to me. And paint his little goblin. His little boots. Just do the bases here. This line here. I'm just smudging it because I can paint the base black. And I will. Okay. There's the sky. Let me get this back here. He's pretty good. Right. Now we're going to paint the base black and we'll be done with it. Pretty simple. When I pulled it out of the box, yeah, that's fucking good. He's a Marine. I was an Army Ranger a lifetime ago. Once a joke, so I got it now. Every time he paints something, it's like, don't get all gaspy now. Marine and a Ranger. Oh lordy, I used to be a civilian contractor for the U.S. military, and I worked for JPAC in the early 2000s, the Joint Pacific Accounting Command, and I excavated MIA remains in Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, North Korea. So I have a little bit of interaction with the U.S. military, but as a civilian and as an egghead. Gotta let this dry for a second, and then I will paint just a couple seconds. It was pretty incredible. That's right, ready to go. When I worked there in the early 2000s, it was called SILHI, the Central Identification Laboratory Hawaii. So, a multi force, Marines, Air Force, Army, Navy, all branches were represented there. And I was a civilian contractor for that unit. Pretty fun, pretty crazy. Okay, so now this guy is, let's paint his base, and we'll call him done. So I'm gonna hold on to him like this. I'm gonna do this. Not the easiest thing to do. I don't know how many military folks know about but the whole POW MIA flags, that people fly, all that's associated with it's now under a different name, but all that's associated with the work of this multi-branch unit that would work to recover the remains of U.S. war dead from all military conflicts, including Civil War. We had guys who were working on kind of some of those old irons, some of those like ships that were sunk off the Carolinas and whatnot, that actually had MIA remains associated with them from the U.S. Civil War. Just up here, almost done with this guy. I'm going to put him aside so he can dry. In just a few seconds, he'll be done. He'll be dry, and we'll show him off. And what time is it? 9:36. I'll go for some more time. I'm going to start working on this other guy I have here. So here's this guy. I'll put him aside while that base dries. And we'll work on the other guy, the third guy I have here, a third of like 15 or whatever it is. This guy. So this guy, I like these goblins. This guy's a standard bearer, right? Check it out. I did his skin a while back. He's got this massive, flag thing with skulls hanging off it, and he's holding a hand grenade, it seems to me. That's why I think this stuff is Warhammer. Swords in his back belt. To field school for my bachelor's, I worked with a seafarer off the coast of Florida, trying to conserve. Oh, I can't remember the name of the guys I worked with. This is in the year 2000. This is almost 25 years ago that I did that. 24 years ago. At the ripe old age of like 27 or something like that. 29? I don't know. So I gotta figure out what colors to paint this guy's the Goblin standard, right? Yeah, no, maybe that's it. Yeah, short mace. The only reason why I say it's like a grenade, because I have a ton of these guys, right? And so here's some of these other guys holding similar things. See that dude? I haven't painted him. He's like throwing one of those things, it seems to me. As is, well, this looks like this guy is too. Another guy. Looks like he wants to chuck it. I don't know. So yeah, these are the kind of, I bought these off a guy from the interwebs, and I don't know if they are Warhammer minis or some form of D&D mini, but they fit for 28 millimeters for the standard D&D mini size. They fit for that. You know, if you take another D&D mini like this guy, a ghoul, you know, they're the same size. This is like a WizKids ghoul I did so yeah, so they're good to go. But I don't know. All I know is I got a ton more to paint. Ton. Yeah. And as the family's going to bed, I might go get another drink in a bit, a cheeky drink. Instead of this non-alcoholic beer, which is just no fun. Okay, so I'm thinking about this guy's standard. See, it's got lots of little notches in it. This flag he's one thing. Obviously, there's skulls hanging off it. Some kind of checkerboard pattern. I was thinking about black and whites. So black, white, black, white, black, white. But maybe what are some grosser goblin colors that are contrasting? Like orange and red, and maybe red and white, or red and blue. Things that contrast but are grosser. Red and dark sea blue. Maybe that. Like a gross red. I could do like a black red. Like a black red. What's what that is? Called black red. Black red and kind of gray blue. Those two. It's hard to see. Black red. Oh, black red gray blue. Something like that. Yeah. So this would definitely works to black red. Maybe black red and a kind of whitish thing. Not super white, but black, red, and gray. Like these two. I don't know. Going for that. And if I've got kind of, well, so some of these guys, so these two guys, for no real reason, right? These two guys, they're kind of orangey, right? They've got some orangey stuff on them. The blue would bounce off the orange. I don't know. Kind of pretend like I know what I'm doing, but black and bit steel shavings and clay. There you go. I like that. Sounds like an archaeologist. I might lighten that blue up, or it could be darken up by using that one. Anyways, kind of like these two. They kind of work. Let's do it. Let's do black, red, and blue for the standard here this guy's got. I'm going to do the black, red first because I like that. What? Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, I try to think of that too. Like, what are these guys? I mean, for painting minis, you kind of want to um, overindulge in contrasting things. So that's, when this guy was painting this guy earlier, and his boots were brown, and they were just too brown. They like blended into the rest of it. So, okay, I gotta paint his boots a different color because it just doesn't. They don't bounce off. They don't stand out from the rest of him. So, whether or not that's realistic, because I have to wear all black. So, but for the purpose of painting minis, things that contrast and pop off each other, those are good. Oh lordy, it's late where you are. Actually, it's now early, so perhaps you're an early riser. I'm just going to now paint. God, these are complicated though. Christ, they're complicated. Paint one side of these. And I'll flip around and paint the other side. What'd you say? Iron shavings and clay? Was it? Boiled flour? Steel shavings and clay. Indeed. I'm trying. There was some. Did anyone see that movie that was promoted by Joe Magliano? Okay. It was called. What was it called? Curse of Night. What was it called? I actually watched it in the field. It's this I forget what it's called when you have a live actors, but then you draw over them through a scanner darkly. By a Linklater, I think, was filmed in that way. Keeping weird hours, writing for D&D. Writing adventures, that kind of stuff. Or whatever you want to call it. So I kind of do that, but I do that for a game session prep. If you want to see the kind of stuff that we have in our Greyhawk-based D&D campaign, you can go to this World Anvil site, and that's where I put up all of our session reports, character backstory kind of stuff, maps, etc. That's where all that stuff is for our campaign. Okay, yes, I'm doing the back side of these things. So. Make sure I paint the Just right color on the right ones. So that one. Off. And that one, yeah, that one. Nice, nice, nice. That middle one right there. One thing I had thought about, I was going to look up some Goblin tribe from Greyhawk and see what their heraldry was, but I forgot to do that, so it's alright. Made up heraldry works as well. Yeah. Took it. I mean, a lot of stuff's like I took it from other people, so yeah, use as you want to. Okay. So the first color's done. Now, are we going to go with that blue? The first set of flags. And then, of course, we'll do like the wood and the skulls and the ropes. This is all just, yeah, pretty cool. And I primed this guy. I set up this mini by painting in black and then dry brushing him, a heavy dry brush in gray, a light dry brush in really white. So that's why things kind of pop out. This guy, as opposed to these guys, which haven't got that treatment yet. These are just primed in a gray. So Forgotten Realms, okay, yep. Forgotten Realms, I have a lot of Forgotten Realms stuff too. Played in Forgotten Realms a lot in the 80s in high school. So I got a bookshelf back here that's down low. You can't see it, but this big castle's on top of it. All kinds of Forgotten Realms and Greyhawk stuff. Okay. The other color. Are we going to go with that light blue? I do like it. I think it makes sense. Works for me. I think it's better than a darker blue. I think the light blue works better. Other possibilities. This is like this orange brown. No, it's too close. I think it's some just fucked up thing. Magenta? No. Red, green, some kind of neon green. No, too close to the skin tone. So green's out. I think this blue's gonna win. I guess blue wins the day. Yeah, there's a ton. You're right. There's tons of. I have a bunch of down here. A bunch of the not gazetteers. Well, they're kind of gazetteers for like Waterdeep in the far north, and Sea of Stars and all that stuff. Oh, you stream? Okay, you stream this stuff. So, do you have a Twitch channel, oh lordy, that we can follow? Do you stream on Twitch? I don't WOBA from scratch at all. Stay for that. There's no way I can do it. Okay, let's do this then. Let's all go follow oh lordy, okay? I will too. There you are. There's your stuffs. There we go. So now we'll get notified when you do stuff on there. No worries, honestly. This is not my day job. We're all small-time streamers here. Okay. No worries, no worries. There's only a couple of us watching, but yeah. People come on, take a look. Okay. Let's do the blue flags on this guy now. Now I have to be a bit more careful. Okay. A bit more careful my painting. I'm also going to be washing and highlighting these guys so these flaggy things will pop out. More with that for certain. A blue flag. Yeah, this is worth me. I will highlight these so they stand out more. So getting there. Yeah, so I've been using the blue for those metallic blue for those spear blades. This is kind of, it's maybe not perfect, but it's not the worst either. Fuck. And that one. These little flaggy things, they're kind of like, maybe they're pieces of metal even. They're kind of nailed together. There's some rivets on this thing, so I might be doing some little black bits with that. I don't know. Maybe I'll use a bit of metallic paint on that. Now this one. I have the metal, I have the staff it's on. Which I'll probably just treat that as wood because I like the way wood looks. I'll look at it, see if there's wood grain. Yeah. Yeah, there's a nail through it. There's wood grain. It's a wood staff. These flags are on, so. Night, Dad. Hi, babe. See you in the morning, okay? Do that in a second. That back stuff. Another one here. Yep. Yeah, maybe they're metal and they're. That's a good idea. Their metal and their standard comes together, so I like it. I'll steal that from you, oh lordy. How's that? Okay, it's the front side. I like it. And now I'm going to do the back side of these things. This takes a little bit more. Gotta focus on what I'm doing. Oh, focus. I just gotta fucking pay attention. The red I could slap on because I can overpaint with the blue and clean up any messes, but I'm gonna have more messes to clean up, and that's fine. That's the way this process works for me. Clean up messes. Always clean up messes. Okay. There's a lot of paint on that brush. That one. All the bits and bobs on this thing too are gonna be really not difficult to paint, but take some thought. Huh. There, okay, yeah. Here's what we got going. Hey, Galaxy Systems. How you doing? We're painting this Goblin standard bearer right now. We finished up this guy. I think you were here when we started him last time. That guy's finished. I'm good, thank you very much. Glad you're doing well. Been talking with O'Lordy a lot, who's in, well, are you in Florida, O'Lordy? So, a long ways away from us. Galaxy Systems is an Aussie, so just a couple hours, literally 2 to the west of me, in fine country of New Zealand. Tiniest little flag right there. Keep trying to get some of these edges on these flags. It's all pretty good. I'm not going to super over worry them. We got 6 a.m. Time to get up. By the way, people, so Galaxy Systems created our mini painting emote right here, and our raid sword emote right here. Bucking down to right. This basic standard here, this guy. I want to work on it some more, but that's what we got going right now. Definitely gonna wash that with a a crimson on the red and I'm gonna do the staff in wood. Okay. Yeah, there's a nail through it. See, there's a cool right there. There's a nail on the bottom sticking through it. That's kind of cool. It did come out great. Thank you very much. You did a great job. Well, 10 o'clock here. I'm going to go for another little while to work on that standard some more. Had a super stressful work week. So much freaking work. It's driving me insane. It's all my own fault though, because I played too hard previously. It's all catching up with me. I'm glad you're happy. I appreciate them very much, Galaxy Systems. I really do. I'm glad you made them. I very much appreciate that. Absolutely. Okay, let's do the wood on this thing first. I'm gonna do the wood like I have with my other wood, and use this particular color that I will then be able to wash in Agrax to make this. And actually, it kind of makes everything pop nicely. Excuse me. I love that nail through there. Love stuff like that. It's little tiny. Fuck, I already got some wood color on this guy's foot. Okay. Get that away. Okay, now I'm kind of gotta be more. Pay attention. I'll overpaint the nail. Then I can paint it again at some point here. Try to put it on the stand so I can get into here a bit. Try to push it up in there. That's pretty good enough. Okay, now let's get some of the rest of this guy's. I'll come down from the top, I guess. Yeah, pretty cool. This is a really cool mini. It would be good to know where this mini is from. Like I said, I bought it from some random dead on the internet, so I don't know who makes it, where it's from, etc. I got no idea. It'd be good to know that. Maybe someday I'll figure it out. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna do the front. There's some front sections here where the staff that holds it all together is visible. Just kind of really carefully laying down some paint for that to maintain the illusion. That's what we're trying to do with minis. Maintain the illusion that these things are real. That's why you overemphasize shadows and highlights. It's I'm still not very good at it, but I read and I've talked to people about, like, it's really too hard to over highlight or overshadow. You just really want to take it to the number 11, because that will make that thing look more real when you're trying to depict, you know, a 2-meter tall creature with a 2-centimeter tall mini. Right? You want to really kind of pronounce those things to make them pop out, like I'm trying to do here. Easier said than done. Seriously. Okay, now I'm gonna do the rest of the wood here. God, there's those big hook things. Wow. The closer you look at the stuff, the kind of more crazy it is in the sky. It's going alright though. Appreciate you all being here. It's late at night for many of you. Some of you it's dinner time. Like Galaxy Systems and Aussie, so I appreciate you being here. Always. So getting this guy's kind of staff stuff done. Right. Trying to get the view from the back. Now I'm gonna wash some of the flags and the staff, and then I'm going to work on the nails in there and the ropes that bind it all together, and some of these flags. I don't know if these flags are they're not flags. They're pieces of metal. I'm going to suggest painted metal with rivets on them. That's what holds them together. The little nails there. So let me kind of do something like that so people can look at him like that. And I'll be right back in just 1 minute, okay? Hang tight. Folks are back. Hey, whoa, oh god, yeah, okay, well, god damn it. You didn't get a nat 20 comeback. I don't believe you. What'd you get? Okay, let's try this. No, what? I'm gonna bust out my dragon dice. Bust out my dragon dice for this. Here we go. My dragon dice, the rotating dragon eye. Let's see what I got here. Got a 5. Okay. Oh, I can't see it. 12. 17. But check out the eye on that thing. It moves around inside. Prince of Dice. You do? I got this at GaryCon this year in Wisconsin. It cost me $50 US. Like it's like $85 Kiwi. Galaxy. Something will get there. Hey Galaxy, so have you ever used Hero Forge? You could make digital images of your minis in Hero Forge. I think for no money. Right? I think it's free for that. If you want to get them printed out, of course, like get an STL downloaded. Okay, roll damage. I got 10 hit points. I got 53 hit points, one for every year of my life. How's that? You get a D12. Six. Okay. Ugh. So now I'm at 47. I like this game comeback. I like it. Every time I leave, you get a roll damage on me. And when I get to 0, the stream's over. Actually, that is kind of good. That'd keep me honest. Right? Okay. I want to do some... Well, maybe I'll just... That's his green hand there, isn't it? Yeah, I gotta paint his hand again. Well, whatever. I can do whatever I want. Right? I can do what I want. Right now, I want to wash with Cardboard Crimson and Darken Off Nightshade those. Yeah, physical mini. I have no idea what it costs on Hero Forge to get the STL. However, one of my players, Mitsu, Sam Cameron, he designed on Hero Forge his mini for our campaign. Had it print. I don't know if he had his friend printed out. I didn't print it. I do have a printer, but sorry. Whew. Yeah. Evil Dua! Holy shit! It's been a long time. Everyone, Evil Dua is a Kiwi down in the Naki, down in Taranaki, streamer who I haven't seen forever. Sorry. What? What did you say?
I'm gonna let the dog out.
Okay, he wanted to do it, but I didn't let him out because I didn't. Okay. All right. I'll bring him back in. Yeah, so one of my players had his mini painted and printed. I painted it up. It's I can show a picture of it, I think. Let me get a picture of his mini. Yeah, I'm really freaking out about my work schedule. So he streamed a couple different live D&D sessions here and in Aussie. I mean, with players in Aussie, as well as video games. So good to see you, Evil. Welcome back. Glad to see you. Let me show you one of my friend's player, his elf ranger, who is our he's plays on our Sundays. He's there every weekend. Let's look at the. Let's see that stream. That's this. Just them. Yeah. Here is. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's gigantic. So I can do it. Yeah. So here is the elf archer. He's actually a rogue ranger druid, but that is a miniature created on Hero Forge and printed out, and then I painted it. And he's got a kabuki Japanese mask on him. That's why it kind of looks like that. You're always lurking somewhere, man. Good. Alpha Wolf, we don't really need what you're trying to sell. Just so you know. Alright? So we'll ban you. Yeah. Well, Galaxy, hope that'll come. Hope it'll come. The funds required. I mean, okay. I do want to work on this guy some more. Tiefling Fighter Victor. Hey, Evil Duo, if you got any images you want to share, put them in the Discord. There's a mini pictures channel. You put them in there, we can show them off and look at them if you want. Only if you want. Honestly, no requirements, whatever. Yeah, Evil Duo used to stream a lot. You had like multi nights. You had a couple times nights a week, right? I was jealous of your streaming schedule. I stream on Wednesday nights and Sunday midday afternoon. Wednesday night, New Zealand, mini painting. Sunday, live D&D on the table. I can't do more than that, my god. If you have a drawing you want to show off, Galaxy, please show us. So I'm putting some Darkenhof Nightshade, which is blue shade paint Citadel, on these guys here, and it's going to pop out a bunch of stuff. I think it looks good. I'll show you in a second, obviously. Hey, Evil Duo, I almost went to Convergence, one of the New Zealand gaming conventions this year in Hamilton, which was last weekend, 2 weekends ago. I didn't go because I had just gotten back from overseas, actually for work. Just not possible. It was too ambitious. I think I could get back from Europe and then 2 days later DM a game in Hamilton, so I didn't do it. You ever been to one of those? Okay, yeah, do show it, Galaxy, when you can. Yeah, absolutely. No, I haven't. I went to my first live convention in the U.S. this year. First part of the year. It was so much fun. But so I will go to Convergence one of these years. Just this it didn't work out this year. A scheduling thing I could not deal with. So I'm trying to add more blue to these guys. Begin to pop a bit. Like that. Now I'm gonna do cardboard crimson. That's just some blue wash on the blue pieces. See, now I'll do a wash on the red pieces, and we'll keep moving on. All right. So Eva Duo, are you? What are you streaming now? I seen you recently. I've been so busy I haven't been on Twitch much, actually, even just to watch stuff. Ooh, nice. I see it now. I see what you put up there. Able to do a sweet. Nice, nice, nice. We'll check that out. Nice, nice. That up there. I will, I will. You, oh, stop them all. Okay. Where? Here is. Oh, I gotta fucking. Sorry. Here's Evil Duo's image, but let me I have to transform it and fit to screen. Sorry. There's Evil Duo's Tiefling. You said Tiefling something. Oh, cool. Evil Duo's Tiefling Warrior. So that's an awesome paint job, man. Wood floor. That shield is really super cool. Some kind of male armor. Tiefling Fighter Victor. Victor. Awesome. Great skin tones. Super cool. I like your background too, frankly. Nice stuff. Yeah, seriously nice. You know, that mail, his mail tunic is not just simple mail, but it got those kind of leather straps or something down the center and the belt. Really good stuff. Highlights on the leggings. Nice, nice. Uses bait and switch a lot. Nice. So do you play with that guy in a current campaign? Or previous one? Super nice. Right, I'm gonna keep going. My guy here. Put my mouse over there. Again, kind of paint this crimson stuff. Level 5 in current home game. What's a hardcore rule set? Like gritty 5e or whatever it's called. Is that what you mean? I still haven't more gritty. Okay, yeah. Okay, nice, nice. I still haven't. Well, I don't. The 2024 D&D rule set is now this hardback, but the books are now out in New Zealand, as I understand. I haven't stopped by my local game store recently, but maybe tomorrow after work or Friday I'll stop by. I don't think we will play that rule set, but I do want to check it out. I'll probably spend a disgusting amount of money to buy those books, but and check them out. Yeah, maybe even this weekend. Spend a disgusting amount of money this weekend and check it out. Okay. So there we're doing his standard more. This thing he's carrying. We're getting there. We're getting there with this guy. I do have some homebrew rules. Round stuff. Oh, the digi versions. Okay. So, what's your impression of the rules? I've not read much, honestly. I've just been too busy. But do you have an easily chattable impression of the 2024 rule set? Sorry, I'm just looking at my guy here, figuring what to do. Recognize that I missed his hand right here. Okay. Do next. This guy. What do I do next? What do I do next? I'm just gonna do. Just have to do stuff. Okay. So yeah, I will Agarax or Shade the stick it's on. I can do that. I don't think people outside of America realize how the rest of the world doesn't get stuff. But so like, the 2024 hardback rule books have been available in America for what, like months and months and months, right? And we just got them in New Zealand. Anyway, any of the other American viewers out there played with the 2024 rule set and have any opinions about it? We're all curious to know here in New Zealand. See, this tan earth and Agrex Earthshade makes a great wood grain. So, it's a great wood grain color for me. So, I went through the playtest as well. For the most part, it's not bad. Some things I think they went wrong direction with that, but for the most part, they've supplied a lot of, yeah. So, what's available in New Zealand right now? Is it just Player's Handbook, or I assumed it was all out here. Is it just Player's Handbook available right now? Hard copy in New Zealand? I think maybe Friday I'll stop by. So, I work at Auckland Uni, and there's a Vanguard, a friendly local game store, 15-minute walk from my office. Just the PHB. Okay. Maybe I'll walk over there Friday after work and check it out before I go home, potentially buy it, etc. Yeah. Okay. So these things I need to do. Well, actually, I'm gonna wait to highlight those things on this standard, but I'm gonna paint the skulls in white. That's easy. And then I'll Agrax them. You'll see. They got like spikes through them too. Christ. These goblins are bad people. Bad, bad, bad. Well, Evil Duo, if you ever get back into heavy streaming and need players, do look me up. I don't know, I might have some. I say this with all trepidation. I'm far too fucking busy, but I always like opportunities. Okay, there's one skull. DM's Guy November and Monster. Okay, Feb? So I thought the November date is in my head. So maybe I thought November for everything, but PHB already out. So DMG in November, along with the PHB, and then Monster Man next year. Okay, that's good to know. I could look this up myself too, but I just haven't paid attention. Yeah. Running 2, playing in 2. God damn it. I'm actually playing in 1. A series of one-shots using Pathfinder 2E in Greyhawk. And I am DMing 1, the long-running multi-year campaign in Greyhawk using 5E. So I'm just playing 1, DMing 1. And the one I'm a player in, we don't stream. The one I DM, we stream. And then I have my mini painting session right now, which we stream. As you can tell, because you're here. All of you, I mean. Oh lordy, yeah, I hear you, oh lordy. I haven't bought, the last WotC thing I bought was the Vecna module book. I was super curious. I didn't buy their dragons thing. I didn't buy their giants thing. I wanted to. I was like, but you know, I just, I don't need it. That stuff for my game. And so I didn't buy it because I don't need it. And I wasn't terribly curious after reading a variety of reviews and whatnots. So yeah. I will buy, the DMG, right? The new DMG has an 8-page section on Greyhawk, which is huge for Greyhawk people like myself. We discuss on the Discords the rebirth of Greyhawk, etc. Because those who work in Greyhawk, well, they're usually super stoked about it. So all the Greyhawk people are really stoked about, well, not stoked. They are super curious about what WotC is going to do with that. And if you want to, sorry, I'm painting this guy's skull here. I'll promote it again right now. I'll promote it on the, hey, Dirty Dwarf, dude. It's early for you, my man. Here is the Greycast podcast, where they have a 4-year long running podcast now talking about all things Greyhawk. And a couple episodes ago, they interviewed and discussed for an hour. They talked with Mike. His surname is, his last name kind of hard to pronounce, like Shaley or anyways, he's a cartographer mapper. He did the new Greyhawk map for the new DMG and 5e. So there is kind of that's the Greyhawk map from the Ashes box set. But I also have my old Darlene map, etc. So Greyhawk is a up and coming thing in the new DMG. Dirty Dwarf, holy shit. So Dirty Dwarf is an exceptional man that I played D&D with in a Castles and Crusades game at GaryCon in March of this year. We've interacted elsewhere. How you doing, Scott? Scott, right? So Dirty Dwarf's got 5e on Monday, some DCC on Thursdays. Yeah, so I've got my 5e on Sundays and a non-streamed Pathfinder 2e on Thursdays, and this on New Zealand Wednesday nights. So this is what we're working on right now. We're working on this Goblin Standard Bearer. Scott, cool. Some other goblins in the same series we've done. Here are they. Blah, blah, blah. It's currently 10:40 p.m. here in New Zealand. Probably go for a little bit more. Not going to go all night, though. Tomorrow's a work day. I'm super stressed on work. But whatever. So, Dirty Dwarf, we got Old Lordy, who's in Florida. Evil Dua, who's here. Some of my friends in New Zealand. Some of my friends in Australia. A couple people here watching the stream. That was normal for me. Lordy players raised Lich from the dead, and his army literally ran away from the sea. Gone for like 8 months in game time. 40. I'm at 60 sessions on my current Greyhawk campaign. We play every week, but not every week. So 60 sessions equals about 2 years of real lifetime. Yeah. Keep in mind for all this time, go back. I try to 67 sessions. I take lots of notes and try to really bring back NPCs from, long ago to freak out players. Dirty Dwarf, are you in Michigan right now? Like, did you go from Michigan to Wisconsin for GaryCon, or are you somewhere else besides there? No, recon. Do you DM the 5e game, Scott? Dirty, Mr. Dwarf, whatever. Mr. Dwarf. So it's not perfect, but skulls are easily done in white and then Reekland Flesh Shade as a wash. If you want to do a quick skull, that works. As far as I'm concerned. I'm no professional, but it works for me. Works for my table. Yeah. East Lansing, Michigan. Nice. Slovakia. You're in the third session. So DC, I know nothing about DCC except that it's old school like. But I've heard that the magic system is kind of strange. Is that true? Who's this guy currently? A guest star. What's the name? Okay, she's from Brisbane. Yeah, Brisbane's Aussie. Wow, guest star. Look at that. Pretty cool. Okay. You roll to cast the effect. So, we played Shadow Dark Grey Dwarf. So, Shadow Dark is, as you probably do know, yeah, the magic system is like you have to roll if you can't just cast a spell. You roll to see if you're successful, and it's I guess it's kind of like you cast a spell and who you're casting it against gets a saving throw. But even just the simplest spell, you got to roll to see if you're successful casting it, which is like pretty fucking harsh. I think, but I'm totally fine with it. Honestly, totally fine with it. Okay, I'm gonna paint those things, and yeah. Okay, so I need some metal. I need a metal paint, natural steel. What's that? Plate mail metal, bronze. I'll use this plate mail metal for those gigantic effing nails. Okay. Okay, so Shadow Dark bought that idea from DCC. Okay. So you probably met Chelsea Dion, right? Whatever. At Gary called the chick. She was fucking everywhere. Super nice. I bought a Shadow Dark book, shelf back there, etc. I played it with DM Dave. Three Dwarf. DM Dave? Dave Grand Maison, who runs Superior Adventures Guild. There's a Shadow Dark game that we play online. It's like a pickup game, right? Which is super cool. But you should, if you want to play Shadow Dark, DM Dave on his Discord does a pickup Shadow Dark game, which I played a couple sessions, and it's super easy. It's really cool stuff. Reclap. I don't know who you are, except that I want to all of a sudden ban you. Yeah, let's the metal. This is a really cool mini. I've got to admit. Not that I did never expect it to be, but it's pretty fucking cool. Yeah. It's getting kind of late in my part of the world. You guys in North America, fuck, you're up fucking early. Jesus. Don't you have jobs? You could, of course, say the same thing about me. I have a somewhat job, which typically does not, but is right now is kicking my ass. Hopefully I can, in about 4 weeks' time, that ass kicking of my job will be over. I'll be back to skiving off and playing D&D and streaming a lot. Until then, I'm kind of screwed. You're at work, haha! Nice. I watch streams at work myself, too. I'm drinking gin. Are you drinking gin at work? Hope you are. What's the new counter spell? Roll to... So, in... Okay. Wish. Evil Dua, so in your hardcore versions of 5e, you roll to cast. That's pretty... That is hardcore, seriously. I don't know if it's too hardcore. It might be too hardcore. I don't know. Well, it all depends on what people like, right? Okay. Done that. I can do those ropes, that top thing, where the fuck that is. I need to get a little bit of a... Yeah. Try a little bit on the top of there. Some more, actually. Top. Weight. Got some rope. Now the rope. What color is the rope? Maybe the rope is kind of orangey. And the skull's got shit all over it. The skull's got fucking nails through it, etc. That nail there. Standard. Okay. Let's stop fucking around and just paint the ropes. I'm going to use this orange-brown paint for the rope. Why not? So how is new counterspell broken, oh lordy? Because, I mean... Okay. Some of the spells I don't like. Banish or banishment. Many people don't like that. It's just like... Banishment's a bad spell. Dirty Dwarf, I'm not going to GaryCon in 2025. But I'm going in 2026. I mean, the only reason is that, you know, coming from New Zealand, it costs a lot of money. And it's hard to convince the family that, you know, hey, I'm going to spend $5,000 to go play D&D for a week. Are you cool with that? But every other year, I can do it. So, yeah. Not going in 2025, but already, I'm totally going in 26. I have, you know, already, I'm squirreling away money. Already got a plan. Absolutely. Yeah. I figure every other year I can deal with financially and family happiness wise. That's cool. That's totally cool. Oh lord, I realize. Yeah, it's hard to do stuff in chat. Dirty Dwarf, are you going this year? Do you go every year? This year being 25. I am DMing in virtual Greyhawk Con, Jay's virtual Greyhawk Con, though, in like 3 weeks' time. And that's another thing I gotta fucking deal with. So much work. Oh lord, you got... Yeah, GaryCon is awesome. I mean, I've only been to virtual cons and cons here. But I have it on good authority that GaryCon is one of the best Dungeons and Dragons conventions out there. I had a blast last year. It was awesome. I played with Dirty Dwarf. He and I played in a game together. So you get to know people. It's an awesome experience. There's those ropes there. Comic-Cons, Pack West. Yeah, MegaCon. Okay. Okay. Take care, Scott. See you, Dirty Dwarf. We'll touch base later, eh? And yeah, talk to you soon. Awesome. Have a good work day. Okay, I'm painting the ropes on this thing. And I'm going to do some wash on these ropes too. I'll be doing some... Okay, and I get those ropes there. So much to do. Citizen Con, MegaCon, PAX West. Oh Lord, you're doing a lot, oh Lordy. Honestly. More than me. Not that it's a contest, but yeah. And I don't know all those cons. Are they... I know Comic-Con, of course, but does one play D&D at Comic-Con? Or no? That's rope flying off, isn't it? It is. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Some of my plays, but it's more... Okay. Okay. And that's... We have something here in New Zealand called Armageddon. Oosh, sorry, hit my camera. Which is also more... Just throwing shit around. More kind of Marvel-y stuff. And it's not lots of role-playing. More merchants and stuff like that. And it's fine, but I've been to it a couple times, but... That's not really my thing. So, I didn't go to it this year. I probably won't go to it in the future. It's just not my thing. Okay, now this rope here. Let's get this rope all done. I'm doing this orange paint to kind of like get a different color here. I'll wash it in a different color so it's kind of... Oh, there's orange. Okay. There's the ropes painted. I'm gonna do, yeah, I got some metal stuff to do. Some more. There's a lot there on what's in this. Oh, is this like, and that's but what is that? Citizen Con or MegaCon or PAX West? So that's silver. That makes a different color. Natural steels for some of there's some fucking spikes to these skulls. I'm gonna do that. It's a little bit of time here. Vortex shaker. Time, so there's this guy. All kinds of paints are there by the vortex shaker. Okay, So I'm gonna paint some of the nails going through these skulls, alright? Just so we can... Gosh, he has so much stuff here. Let's rope, okay. This one too's got nails in the skulls. Gosh, it's crazy this model. All kinds of shit going on. So the nails in these skulls, the rope there. Do that rope. A little bit of rope right there. Do the eye sockets. How cool was that? There's the rope. I'm going to use that steel color for some of the aspects of this standard. I'm going to add this stuff here. Kind of what hooks these flags together, whether they're metal or cloth. These things here, these rivets. These are metal rivets. That's what I'm making them to be. Making them to be. So there's rivets. And the backside too. Get them. Yeah, they're kind of there. Okay. Okay. So the college slowly for college starts this and I have to go to London in October. Well, wow. Like Critical will do live shows. Okay, yeah, an example. There's definitely more dedicated ones across the US. Just haven't got one I do it. Going to London, sweet. I used to live in London. I taught at a university there, UCL. That's right. Oh lordy, you might know that. As an archaeologist, I taught at UCL for 5 years before I moved to New Zealand. So we lived in London for a while. My daughter was born there. Okay. I'm going to... I want to do some highlighting of some of this stuff here. Ooh, you PhD Kings? Yeah. So, Kings is like... Kings is mostly... Isn't Kings like maths? That's what they're known for? I'm trying to highlight this stuff a bit. That's now the blue. Hiding my blues over here. Just gonna cover when I applied, they shut down. I think it's hard to sit in there. Okay. But yes, but they have a small thing. Man, okay, really, okay. Okay, yeah. That is, yeah, key. Getting funding and working with particular individuals. So people ask me a lot about, like, where do I go to get my PhD? And often I tell them that people that yeah, go somewhere where you want to work with a particular individual. That's what's important. Do you have the support of the individuals of the institution you want to work at? And they will see you through. That's super important. So that's I do talk about that kind of stuff with potential students for certain. I'm not a super good highlighter and stuff like that, but here's what I've done for that standard. See, I've used a bunch of kind of like, I've tried to highlight it a bit on those edges to kind of make things stand out. So you come back a bit, maybe it looks a bit better, right? Hopefully. And I got these skulls, I got that stuff. I should highlight the skulls a little bit more. Just by doing this kind of stuff. Just kind of on their forehead there. Back a bit right there. I'm just going to catch light. Okay, I need to put some wrinkle fleshlight on that orange rope. Acid wash the blue edges. What do you mean by yeah, kind of making them acid. I guess that's what I'm kind of doing. Kind of making them a bit lighter. And now I'm adding a wash to these ropes, just to kind of give them some definition. I mean, definitely more can be done here. But as far as the standard he's carrying goes, I mean, I'm a mediocre mini painter. I'm pretty happy with that. You know, it's just that his staff he's holding, and his, like, the rest of his stuff is not done yet, but it looks reasonable, right? But I mean, I'm just not. I'm not a master mini painter, but it looks, you know, it works, right? I think it kind of works. Yeah, those nails in between the little pieces. I should actually. The nails. I like those little tiny details, which kind of make things pop, right? I should. These other nails, I can use a copper for them. And I will. Really quickly, I'll use the copper for them. There's other nails that hook, not from the top and the bottom of the flags, but the sides. Let me, tiny dot on each of those things. I'm going to take some of this out. Put it right there. There we are. I'm going to take my my super tiny paintbrush. Dip it in there and do this. So, tiny dots. Fuck. Paint I have. Fuck. So I just put a little bit of paint on some of these. It feels really fast, just to make it a little more. So on those little tiny, pinpoints of copper on those little flaggy things as well. So that's pretty good for the standard he's carrying. It's got, there's a nail down there through it, right? A nail. Some highlight. The skulls have got stabbing spikes to them, plus they're hung on by ropes there. The back is also done okay. So the rest of the guy's skin's down. His blades have to be done. His helmet, his face, his eyeballs, all that kind of stuff needs to be done still. I know it's not good with that rope going. I know, right there. That left. I know, that's pretty awesome. There's a lot of detail on this mini when you start to look at it. But I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's 11:11 p.m. here. I gotta go to bed, get my beauty sleep. We'll finish this guy off. We might finish him off before next stream, or I'll finish him off on next Wednesday's stream. But great to have all you guys here. Oh Lordy, good to meet you. Great to see you. Good to see guys like Dirty Dwarf, Comeback, Trish Talker, Evil Duo, all you folks. People have left, but that's fine. And we will pick up again, hopefully this Sunday for game stuff, and then definitely next Wednesday, New Zealand time. Kind of late night Tuesday, North America. We'll come back to finish this guy off or start a new Goblin, right? So, thanks a lot, you guys. I'm not going to raid anyone tonight. I'm just gonna close it out, and we will see you all next time. So, awesome. Take care out there.